Hi, everyone. It's Melanie Warner here, host of Defining Moments podcast TV show. And here today, we have a very, very fun thing planned for you. We have a very special guest. His name is Mark Stafford. Mark, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Melanie. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, we're going to hear a little bit about your defining moment that you're going to share with us. And then we're going to talk a little bit about a book that you have written and how that book is helping so many people, especially in that AI space. It's a very unique angle that nobody else is talking about. So, first, I'd love to kick off the show, which is the theme of our show is we love for our guests to share a defining moment in their life. So, Mark, if you wouldn't mind sharing this with us, what was your defining moment?
My defining moment was I run an agency, and a little bit over a year ago, I literally had a gun to my head to figure out a problem after Facebook had tried to introduce AI to their ad system. And about 10 of my clients were texting and calling me saying, our ads aren't working, our sales are going way down. You got to fix it. And so I immediately went to YouTube to see if any of the people that I kind of follow had figured out this new platform that for the Facebook ads that they had added, and there was only a few people talking about it, but nobody really knew how to fix it and what it was doing. So I immediately started doing research and asking Claude. I prefer Claude, do a little AI, and I started. I realized on YouTube that I was watching these videos. I said, "This isn't really getting me anywhere. I need help." And YouTube at the point, I believe, it just put the transcript button in, so you could click get the transcript. So I started feeding those to Claude, asking Claude, find me the information. Maybe we can build some kind of system or framework or get an answer from what these people are saying by taking all the videos and putting them together. Was my initial idea. And so I gave him a bunch of videos. It had an idea. Then Claude suggested that I go to the Meta website, Facebook website, find out if there's any papers on the system or blog posts. And I did find the official blog post. I gave that to Claude and it assimilated it and gave back an idea. And it says, I said, well, what can we do? And then it's amazing. Claude asked me, how do you run Facebook ads? And I thought, what? Why are you asking me that? You're AI. You know everything. And Claude says, but I don't know how to run ads like you do. And that's when the light bulb went off for me. So I went back and forth brainstorming with it, kind of built this little system, applied it to all the clients slowly within about 2 weeks. We got everything figured out. And that's when I realized that the way I was using AI, kind of like Google with steroids or something, isn't the way to do it. You need to use it as a thinking partner. And that I went down the rabbit hole on this. And that's what led me to creating what I'm calling AI literacy, how to become irreplaceable, in my book, which teaches people the intelligence merge methodology, where you take your intelligence and filter it into AI so that you can brainstorm with it and use it like it should be used rather than just as some kind of answer machine.
So let's recap for a second. So you were struggling with this solution. You're like,
Mhm.
okay, I have this problem. I have literally a gun to my head because the clients are like, you better figure out a way to fix this because that's what we're
Correct.
paying you for. And I certainly know I've had agencies over the years and it can be highly stressful because, the thing about AI is it's new for everyone. I mean, no
Correct.
one's really an expert, even though there are people that claim to be. It's very new for so many of us. We're all learning it. We're all on the front lines. It changes daily. And so it's really hard. Like when people talk about writing AI books, it's challenging because it changes literally by the minute. And there are millions of AI tools out there that people aren't even aware of. So I love that you went into Claude and you asked these specific questions. And then you use that experience to help yourself. Like, what did you learn from that? Like you found the solution for your clients. But through that process, what did you find was the biggest gap when it comes to AI that was in the marketplace?
I think most people kind of have the habit of using Google from the last 20 years or whatever. And so they tend to use it like Google. I went down the rabbit hole on what AI actually is. And in a nutshell, AI is a huge computer or multiple computers where it has the big bucket of all the information that's ever been made on the internet, books, sticky notes, term papers, whatever it is. It's all inside this huge bucket. So when a person opens up, a platform, Claude or whatever, and they start asking it questions, the AI goes into this big bucket. It looks up whatever it's the person's asking for, looks at the information, and then pulls out the average of thousands of different pieces of information and what people have said, and it brings back this average answer. And when people rely on that for something important, like they're trying to build something or something very important rather than, who's a good chiropractor in North Phoenix or something like that, they get the average. And now everybody's using the average, and everybody's starting to realize that everybody sounds just like everybody else, even if they're talking about something different, because everybody's using this very polished, average sounding content, and it's really just making everybody average.
So you discovered that there was a way to make people like it's funny when you say AI is the average. I never thought about it that way, but you're so right, right? We think it's so like beyond our intelligence. And the funny thing is, when it first came out, I remember like in my mind, I thought, oh, I'm talking to a computer. So I have to dumb it down and I've got to give very specific directions. I got to slow down and explain it like this to the computer. And then what's funny is I was getting these great outputs, and then I realized, wait, I'm not even doing that for my human friends and the people on our team. I'm assuming they're intelligent. So
Hmm?
I will do like drive-by orders. Like I'll just drive, okay, we need this by 4 p.m. You go figure it out, right? Like that's not a prompt. So I realized I was being more communicative and more specific in my communication prompts to a computer, thinking it was stupid. AI, right?
Right,
Than I
right,
was to a human. So AI helped me communicate better to my team,
right.
right?
Hmm?
It helped me come up. I have an ongoing um, chain in my Claude folder that's like tough conversation guide. Like conversations I don't want to have with people that I often will say the wrong thing as a leader. So I use it to kind of say, here's this person, here's what I want to say. And they always will say, well, don't say that. And it helps me get really clear on what I need to say based on this person's personality, who might be more sensitive than I am. So how do
Right.
I sugarcoat this? Because I'm not somebody to sugarcoat. So I found it to be really helpful as a leader. We use it in our business every day.
Hmm?
We use it for editing tools in our book publishing business, things like that. But I found that there's such a stigma. There are some people, especially younger generations, that are very anti anything AI. They think that it's taking away from creative people and opportunities. So, are you seeing that same backlash with a lot of people that you're working with?
I am hearing the backlash. Obviously, we've seen the companies that are laying off a lot of people and stuff like that, but they're quietly rehiring the people. And I can assure everybody watching this video, you are the asset, not the AI. You, the human, are the asset. AI is here to enhance how we do things, not replace us. It might be a better version of Google if you want to do deep research on something and give it 5 or 6 things to look for rather than going on Google. But as far as it replacing your job, unless you have a very simple task orientated job that literally takes hardly any thinking, I doubt you're going to get replaced. But
Yeah.
you bring AI into and build it into what you do for your job, you will eventually get to where you're producing more output for your boss or your business, whatever you do, and AI is there again to enhance, not replace. You'll do better. You'll be able to produce more, but it's not going to replace you. I don't see it. Even I don't see it getting to AGI either. And I'm not an AI expert as far as how it actually works. I just don't see it. It's a predictive large language model, which means it's predictive on it predicts what the next word will be based on the bucket of the average of everything. I don't
So
see it
here's
replacing
an
people.
example. So
Yeah.
here's your book. So your book is brand new, and
Yep. Thank
congratulations.
you.
You are a number one best-selling author. I'm trying to get
Thank
this where
you.
it's
Thank
not.
you. Yep.
So
Yep.
AI literacy, how to become irreplaceable.
Replaceable. Yep.
AI like a pro, AI like a CEO,
Correct.
by Mark A. Stafford. So we it's so new, you guys. We don't even have hard copies yet. Like it's just now been launched. And so what I love about what you've done, Mark, is you've taken all these people that are so worried about losing their job, and you're saying, look, AI is not going to replace you, but if you can use AI as a tool, it's going to make you irreplaceable. Right. So
Correct.
it's really helping the people that are worried about losing their job, like,
Correct.
but like that 30 to 60, year old person who's a professional who is worried about losing their job, but saying, how can I become a bigger asset to the company? And a lot of these companies aren't really investing in the tools as much as they are the people using the tools. So tell us a little bit more about your book, how you're helping people, and what advice you have for those people that are worried about losing their job to AI.
Okay. So this book was written. I had a friend who lost their job to AI. I have not checked with him in the last couple of weeks to see if he's been rehired. I'm hoping he has, but this book is written for professionals in the 30 to 60 range who have tried AI. You might even like it, but you still have this quiet feeling that something's wrong. It just doesn't work like everybody says it should. You know that AI matters, and but you don't want to be the person who gets replaced by it.
Absolutely. So, people can go get the book right now. So, if you're watching this today, this is a live book launch as well. So, which is so cool. So, you're going to be able to get this book on ebook today only for 99 cents. The
Correct.
print book is discounted to 9.95. So, this is where you can go buy multiple copies to give to friends and clients. Or if you're working in a company and you have employees, you can buy lots of copies for them to give to them so they feel that you're supporting them in their job security. And it's going to give them the tools to be able to learn how to function better as an employee or as a vital part of the team. And so
Correct.
if they get the book today, what are the other benefits that they receive as well, Mark? The urgency of going to do this today.
Correct. I've included the entire system that they can go through to extract their intelligence with some simple interviews so you can put how you think as the filter for AI rather than just using a regular chatbot that goes out and grabs the average, and a full community. So you're in there learning how to use the AI a completely different way, filtered through the way you think. Then I believe that's the way that AI should be used, and it's all included for the price of the book, 99 cents Kindle, 9.95 print. I mean, if you
Perfect.
want to learn how to use AI a different way, I'll even guarantee it will completely change the way you do AI, or I'll give you your money back.
That's amazing. So not only do you get the book, but you get all the tools that come along with it, plus
Correct.
Mark's actual experience helping you with those tools, implementing some of those things. So there's lots of different ways that you can support people in that space that are extremely affordable. I must say, there's a lot of people that are gouging people and companies on AI, and your program is extremely affordable. It's extremely exciting because you're giving so much support to people like an agency, but you're doing it at where it's priced, where somebody doesn't have to, they can operate, they can use AI like a CEO, but they don't have to pay the CEO price. That's what I love. You
Correct.
made it affordable for everyone. So anybody at that age range that you know that is struggling trying to figure out AI, how to keep their job, or I would even say people that are trying to get a job. There are a lot of people that I know a personal, someone close to me that's filled out 4 or 5 thousand resumes
Wow.
and couldn't even get a job interview. And they're 31 years old. Like this person has so much knowledge, has a college degree. It's insane what's going on in the marketplace right now. So I would even get this, I'm going to get this book for them because I think this will be helpful for them. The other thing is, as you start to go through this book, you start to use the tools, you have access to Mark. You have no fears or excuses anymore to be able to learn this, you guys. So, this is the opportunity. Today, these prices, this special prices for today only. So if you happen to be watching this back later, those prices won't be valid. You may see in the show notes below what those prices look like if you go directly to Amazon, or I highly recommend you go to Mark's website. Mark, how do they find you? Where's the best place for them to go get the book?
The website is AI likeaceo.net. And you
AI
can
like a
also
CEO.net.
CEO.net, correct. You can also find
Perfect.
me on LinkedIn. If you open up the look inside on the Amazon, scroll to the last page, all the links are right there. You don't even have to buy the book, and you can reach out to me.
That's so perfect. I love it. And you so you also work with the consumer side, but then you can help
Mhm.
companies who need to implement this to get their employees on board so they don't feel threatened, right? Like you have different programs where you can work like help the consumer who's in that job or the job market, but also the companies that are looking to implement AI tools into their company and help their employees learn how to embrace these tools, not feel threatened by it. So I feel like you've got so much great information. I've definitely learned a lot by working with you. So, Mark, can you tell us a little bit more about your process? Like, there's a lot of people out there that want to write a book that, maybe don't understand how they can get their book out of their head and out of their heart and into the hands of the people that want to use it. What has that process been like for you? And what have things that have like what has opened up for you now that your book is out there?
I'm having a lot of people reach out to me on LinkedIn that want to learn more because the book is focused on AI literacy. It will make your employees or yourself very AI literate because it opens a completely different way to use AI. And like I said before, I believe this is the real way you should use AI.
I love that. Is there anything else that you want to share with our audience about your book, about your launch? Anything else you want to that we haven't discussed today that you want to share with people?
No, if you want to become AI literate, I highly recommend you pick up the book, give it a shot. It will change the way you use AI. And everybody that's read it, you can read the reviews. Go on LinkedIn, look me up on LinkedIn, read the comments people have said on my posts about it. It has completely changed the way they use AI. They no longer prompt, they think with AI. And I think that's the key.
I love that. All right, here we are. AI literacy, how to become irreplaceable. Mark A. Stafford, AI like a CEO.net. And I can't wait for people to get this book. You guys, when you get a copy of his book, do us a favor. Go post a copy with the book on social media and tag Mark, tag defining moments in that tag as well. We love supporting new authors, and more importantly, make sure you leave an honest review. We would love to know your thoughts. That is how you can support another fellow author. And if you are serious, or more than just serious, if you're beyond curious, if you're saying, "Hey, I want to write a book. I have certain expertise, but I don't know where to start," I highly recommend you visit our website as well, mydefiningmoments.com, and we can walk you through that process. We even have people that can help you build a book and build a funnel if you want to get that expertise out in the world. So we're just so honored and proud of you, Mark. Thank you so much for trusting your little book baby with us, for getting it out into the world. I cannot wait. I know you're going to help so many people. This is not only going to change lives, it is going to help save companies. There are companies that are losing millions of dollars because they don't understand these tools and they don't know whether to hire an AI agency or whether to keep their employees engaged and help teach them. They just don't know what to do. So this is offering such a great solution for so many people, and I know it's going to impact millions of people. So thank you for your courage, Mark, for getting this done, getting it out there into the world, and I can't wait to see where you take it and hear about the impact and the income that you're helping these people and their companies generate. So thank you again for being here today. Thank you all for joining us. Go get a copy of the book, and I can't wait to hear what you guys create. And we will see you all next time. All right, take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.